Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. You know, I'm starting to not understand why people are saying certain things about the Philadelphia Eagles before doing the research. Now, research is a very critical part. It's a very critical part about, making sports-related videos on YouTube. You could just get on here if you want and say a bunch of stuff, and people going to call you crazy, people going to call you delusional, whatever. People don't like the hard-cut facts that I have to say about their football teams, and they don't like the truth. People don't like the truth. They often try to balance what they want to happen with how they feel emotionally, like saying Carson Wentz isn't going to make it through a full season, or saying things that are just totally blasphemous and just irrelevant to an argument, like our roster is old and we are, one injury away, or what are they saying now? This is the newest thing now, that the roster is so old that we're going to break down during the course of the season. But you know what we do? We always debunk things like that, and we always show people that they don't know what the hell they're talking about. First of all, in 2018, just last season, we had the 11th youngest roster. We had the 11th youngest roster in all of National Football League. And that's the roster with Jason Peters, Darren Sproles, and Malcolm Jenkins, all guys over 30 years old. The youngest roster in all of the National Football League. You got to remember, Nelson Aguilar is a young pup. You got to remember that Nelson Aguilar, how old is Aguilar? I had it on here somewhere. I don't know. I think Aguilar is like 24 or 23 last year or something like that. But we could talk about it, man. Josh Adams is 22 years old. Nelson Aguilar is 26, so he was 25 last year. I don't even know who this guy is. He's not going to make the roster. It's in alphabetical order. Gadustier, he's a wide receiver from Rutgers, 1 year in the league, 25. Joey Alfieri, rookie, 23. Arcega-Whiteside, 22. Derek Barnett, who's played in the Super Bowl, who's been in the NFL 3 years, is only 23 years old. Bates, 22. Nigel Bradham is 29. Brandon Brooks is 29. Zach Browns is 29. Corey Clement is 24. And I'm only going to name a few guys who I think going to make the roster. Blake Countess, I think he makes the roster, is 25. Fletcher Cox, only 28. Vinny Curry, 31. Ronald Darby, 25. Listen, we don't have a cornerback on the roster that's older than 25. We don't have a cornerback on the roster that's older than 25. We all know Carson Wentz is, I think, 26 or something like that. Andre Dillard, the first-round pick, going to make the roster, 23. Rasul Douglas, 23 years old. 23 years old. See, these guys may feel old to some of these guys, or these outsiders looking in the division trying to claim that, our roster is old. These guys may look old to some of these guys because they've gotten a lot of playing time and they've had the opportunity to develop. Malcolm Jenkins, 32, one of the oldest guys on the roster. Alshon Jeffrey, not even 30. Alshon Jeffrey, 29. Lane Johnson, 29. Rodney McLeod, 29. Dallas Goedert, 24. You talking about people who are going to be on the field. Jordan Howard, the third most rushing yards in the National Football League out of the last 3 years since 2016, since he's been in the NFL, is only 24 years old. Come on, bro. Average 1,000 yards a season. Only 24 years old. Come on, man. Like, TJ Edwards, 22. Jake Elliott, 24. Zach Ertz, 28. LJ Fort, 29. Nathan Gary, 24. I mean, I don't understand what these guys are trying to say, man. Of course, Jason Peters is 37 years old, but this is the point that I'm trying to make. Age, and when it comes to veterans in football, really don't mean anything. It don't mean anything, because from the Super Bowl season to last year, we got younger. In 2017, we had the 23rd oldest roster in the National Football League. We trimmed that down, you know what I mean? And then we trimmed that down to have the 11th youngest roster last season, with a roster that had Jason Peters, Corey Graham, Darren Sproles, Malcolm Jenkins, just to name a few. Yeah, those were our 30-plus-year-old players. So for guys to come out here on YouTube and say that we're old, and we let go of that defensive end that we got. I forgot his name that fast. We let go of Michael Bennett. He was old, so in a way we're getting younger. Every season, a football team has the opportunity to get younger because you're going to sign some of your rookies. That's a given. You're probably going to shop around and get some younger players in free agency. But teams that's looking to close out and get a Super Bowl, they're going to look to add veterans in certain places. It don't make any sense. Carson Wentz is 26. We're not jockeying for this little title that the Dallas Cowboys think they got the best stars under 25. Nobody cares about that. It doesn't matter, because when we won the Super Bowl, In 2017, we had the 23rd oldest roster. We're not like where do people get off thinking that you're gonna win a Super Bowl with a bunch of people that's under 25? Listen, when you got a roster full of stars that's under 25, what you're gonna get is a lot of problems, like people getting charges pressed on them, like people running around playing with exotic water guns. You're gonna get a lot of DUIs and stuff like that. We got a group where we don't play that type of stuff. Do you see the New England Patriots having that problem? You don't see the New England Patriots having that problem. You don't. You don't see a lot of the veteran football teams having problems like that. You just don't. So at the end of the day, for a lot of these guys who want to say that, the Philadelphia Eagles are old and that's going to play into account of how far we go, they're just looking for excuses, man. They're looking for excuses. I'm trying to tell you, first it was Carson Wentz going to get injured. Now they hoping that our guys are so old that they're going to get injured. Injury is the only way that they feel like they could beat us. It's the only way they feel like they could beat us. They're walking contradictions. I watched a video from a Giants Cowboys content creator, Kyle Pizzle. Kyle Pizzle says that the Dallas Cowboys are the contender in the division, but he don't believe that they could win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott, or they could win a Super Bowl with Jason Garrett. He says that that's not a Super Bowl coach and that's not a Super Bowl quarterback. So how are they contenders in your mind? See, it's all like, now it's like a systematic approach to hate the Eagles because we're the clear favorite. And it's cool. We want all that type of energy because they can't beat us. The Giants know they can't beat us. You know what I mean? The Cowboys going to have a hard time with us. They can't beat us, in my opinion, this upcoming season. Nobody in the NFC East is going to be able to decisively beat us. Period, bro. Period. Now, I believe a lot of teams got better in the NFC East, but for these Giants content creators to time and time again open their mouths and say things like the Philadelphia Eagles roster is old, they're not doing their research, they don't know what they're talking about. They have no idea what they're talking about. Because we wouldn't got Deshaun Jackson. That makes us old. We wouldn't got Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson is a 12-year veteran in the league. Sometimes some players are still good in the latter parts of their career. Sometimes they're just still good. Come on. 12-year veteran in the league, and we just signed him to a 3-year extension. We plan on keeping him till 15 years. He takes care of his body. He takes care of his body. One of the oldest people on our roster played every single snap in Malcolm Jenkins last year. So the value of people who take care of their bodies in the NFL shouldn't be determined by, their age. It makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. What's going to happen when one of these young stars that you depend on so wholeheartedly gets injured? What's going to happen when that happens? What if Saquon Barkley goes down? Y'all were shitting bricks when he had the hamstring issue. What if Saquon goes down? You don't know what to do. I'll tell you what, a quarterback over the age of 31 years old, 32 years old, would not been able to bounce back from what Carson Wentz bounced back from and from what Andrew Luck bounced back from. They would not have been able to do that. So youth plays a huge part in the NFL. Listen, you need youth. You need youth. You need it, man. You need youth on the roster and you need veterans on the roster. You need a good mix and a good balance. For anybody to deny we got that balance is just completely out of their mind and they hate him. Not one cornerback is over 25. Not one cornerback is over 25. Sidney Jones, not over 25. I think Ronald Darby is 25. Rasul Douglas, about 23, 24. Come on, bro. Avonte Maddox was a rookie last year. Crevion LeBlanc, maybe 25, 24, something like that. And these are guys who are prominent pieces to what we got going on. Dallas Goedert, not over 25. Corey Clement, not over 25. Jordan Howard, not over 25. These are guys who are going to be on the field. Nelson Aguilar, 26. You got a good mix right there of young talent who's going to be able to blend in with the veterans. Malcolm Jenkins, who's going to be able to blend in with the Deshaun Jacksons and the Alshon Jeffries of the world, who ain't even 30 yet. Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz, not 30. You see what I'm saying? Now we got some linemen who are 30. Brandon Graham's 30. Wisniewski's 30. Jason Peters is 30. Vinny Curry is 30. But linemen, in a sense, are just like bouncers. Linemen have one job, and that's to be stronger than the other man in front of them. You know what I'm saying? So linemen tend to be that age, but, don't listen to these guys who's telling people that we're old. Ask them at what position. Ask them at what position are the Philadelphia Eagles old. They can't answer that because they don't do research. They just get on the camera and open their mouth and want to sound smart. They don't do research, man. They don't do it.